ISP Data Report, Programmatic. In this video, we will show you how you can generate a programmatic report. Upon selecting Programmatic Report as the report type, you must enter a report start date and report end date, and also must select a review period. Fields such as format, score showing option, and the rest of the fields will appear with options selected, and you can change the options according to your need. The format field allows you to choose the format in which you want the programmatic report to be displayed. Table format will be selected by default. If needed, you can change the format to either bar graph or line graph. Now, enter a report start date and report end date to select a date range for the report. It is to note that for programmatic reports, the date range can be a maximum of 2 years. The review period field allows you to select the time interval for how you want the data that was collected to be grouped and displayed in the report. For selecting a review period, click on the Please Select and a drop-down menu will be presented. You can select day, week, month, quarter, year, or custom according to your needs. A separate field for specifying the interval as the number of days will appear if you select the custom option from the drop-down menu. Keep the Include Linked ISP Programs as No and select No for both the Show Deviation from Baseline Score and Show Deviation from Previous Score fields. Depending on your reporting needs, you may select Yes for these fields. The Score Showing Option field allows you to select the percentage count and or the trial count for each score, and by default, percentage only will be selected. If needed, you can select either of the two other options using the drop-down. The percentage only shows the score in percentages, and the trial count shows the number of times the score was entered for a task. By default, the No option will be selected on the Add Progress and Comment per ISP Program field. If you select Yes, then it will add a section for progress and comments for each of the ISP program on the programmatic report. This will only be applicable if more than one ISP program is selected. The report of an ISP program can be further customized by clicking on its Select Task Score link. This displays a new window called Select Task Score. Here, all the options are checked by default. On this page, Form ID, Individual, and ISP program name can be viewed by clicking on the eye icon. In the scoring details area, the options next to the scores can be checked on or off to include or exclude them from the generated report. In the tasks area, each task name can be checked on or off to include or exclude it in the report. Checking the total only will display only the total scores for the task in the generated report. The programmatic report cannot be generated without selecting at least one reportable score. If no reportable score is selected on the Select Task Score page, users will receive an error message stating at least one reportable score has to be selected. When you have selected the required options, click on the Submit button. Upon selecting the appropriate options on the Report Criteria page, click on the Generate button to view the report. The programmatic report with new status will be presented. In the Report Type Programmatic section, a field for entering report description along with information such as name of the individual, review period, date range, etc. will be presented. Enter report description at the top if you want to save the report in the system. The report displays the following information. S means score at that task. C means trial count for that task. DB means difference between a score and the baseline score, and DP means difference between a score and the previous score. It is to note that the information displayed on the report will vary depending on the criteria selected prior to generating the report. In the Generated Report section, you will find a short summary of the selected ISP program along with scoring method and task. Next, you will see the programmatic report in the format table or bar graph or line graph with the score showing option percentage only or trial count only or both, which you selected on the report criteria page. The percentage shows the percentage of times that score was selected out of the total reportable scores, and the trial count shows the number of attempts at that score. Table displays the report in table format. Tasks and their baseline scores are set vertically at the left of the table, and dates are entered at the top of the table. At the end, the table displays the total scores and total trial count earned at every task. The information displayed in the table format will vary depending on the criteria selected prior to generating the report. Bar graph displays the ISP data collected graphically in different colored bars depicting different score levels. A key beside the graph displays which color represents which score. Each task may have its own bar chart. The total scores or trial counts earned in all tasks are also shown in the bar chart. It is to note that even if you selected both for the scoring showing options, the bar graph format will only show the scores in percentages, and the trial count will not be displayed on the bar graph report format. Line graph displays the ISP data collected in a line graph. Different colored lines depict different score levels. A key beside the graph displays which color represents which score level. The total score or trial counts earned in all tasks are also shown as line graphs. Same as the bar graph format, you will only be able to see the scores in percentages, even if both was selected for the scoring showing option. It is noted that you can change the report format by clicking on the table, bar graph, and line graph buttons respectively from the bottom of the page. This option is also available on Saved Reports for your convenience. You can also record progress towards outcome, add comments, and recommendations on the report according to your agency guidelines. To generate an Excel version or a PDF version of the report, click on the Export to Excel and Display PDF buttons respectively. Clicking on the Close Without Saving button will close the report without saving any information that the user has entered to the report. If you want to open a neat print version of the report, then click on the Display Printable button. And for saving the report with the added information in the system, you may click on the Save button.